Hello, it's Rachel here, the founder of the Mutton Club, and today I want to talk to you about feeling lost in midlife, that messy muddle of middle age, midlife, whatever we want to call it, and how easy it is to lose your mojo, to lose your sparkle, but what you can do about it to try and get things back on track. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this today was because one of our members wrote to me today, and she said, I'm gonna tell you what she said. She said that she was just feeling lost. She was losing confidence. She was feeling intimidated by younger people in the workplace who seemed to be able to do a better job than her. I think that was her interpretation. And she didn't feel she had that much to look forward to. I think she's got a bit stuck in a bit of a spiral. And it is so easy to do that. And I wanted to come on and talk about, what we can do to try and turn that around. So, I've been there. I know exactly what this woman is talking about. I felt lost for a long time. Some of you will know, maybe people watching this new, but followers will know I went through an early menopause at 41. And it was a massive shock. And I didn't have any support network. And it was a real massive dent to my confidence. Because it came early, because it's taboo, we don't talk about it. And one of the reasons, there's many reasons why I set up the Mutton Club, but one of them is, to try and change that narrative about the menopause, but also to change the narrative about women in midlife, because we are fed this narrative, aren't we, all our lives, that, we get to midlife and then it's all downhill from there. And I really, really want to challenge that, because I think that the older we get, the better we get. I genuinely believe that. I'm so passionate about getting that into women's heads. And I think this whole relevance at work thing is definitely related to confidence. And it was interesting that this member today, she obviously put the two together, that there was confidence there, and then, not feeling that she had that much to give in the workplace or in life possibly. But I genuinely believe that, we don't just have as much to give in midlife as we've always had to give. We have more. We have more to give. We have our wisdom. We have our understanding. We have our self-awareness. We have, often after menopause, even we don't have as many emotions to deal with as we had before. So we can actually sometimes have a cooler head. I've personally found that very helpful. I'm emotional at the best of times, but my family would probably say I was still very, very highly emotional. But honestly, I am better than I used to be. I am slightly less emotional than I used to be. So what are the things that we can do? Obviously, I could be doing a whole week's worth of live streams on this, but I thought I'd just pop in and give a few pointers if you are feeling lost in midlife. The first one is, don't believe society's narrative about midlife women or women and in midlife and beyond. Do not believe it. Believe that you can create your own narrative in the same way that you create your own life. Join the Mutton Club. The whole point of the Mutton Club, if you don't get the reference, it's mutton dressed as lamb, which is a really derogatory way of referring to older women who try too hard to look younger than they really are. Well, the whole ethos of the Mutton Club is to turn that on its head and make women proud to be mutton. It's a place, the whole club idea is, we only let you in if you're over 40. You can't come on, occasionally we let in junior mutton, but, and you've arrived and you've achieved and you're lucky enough to have lived that long. So don't believe society's narrative, but also don't believe your narrative. Don't believe what your thoughts are saying to you. Because just because you think something doesn't make it true. It's taken me a long time to learn that, but it is a really good piece of advice. And I struggle with it, but now one of the good things to try and do is, and I've seen it in other people that they say, oh, I always do that. Well, that's a generalization, isn't it? You don't always do it. It's like young people in my life will say, oh, I've done that a million times. I said, hang on a minute. You did it that time, you did it that, oh, that's 3. Is that 1,000,000? No, it's 3. So don't generalize. And don't judge yourself either. You know, give yourself a bit of space, give yourself a bit of leeway. Don't be so hard on yourself, because I'm sure you wouldn't be that hard on your best friend. You'd probably give them a nice, nurturing, positive pep talk, wouldn't you? Well, do that to yourself. Talk to yourself in the same way that you talk to your friend. And try not to misinterpret things. There's a wonderful saying, isn't it? I can't remember exactly what it is, but you know, text messages are so easy to misinterpret, aren't they? Both to misinterpret what you're saying and what you're hearing back. So catch yourself if you are reading something into a scenario. So for example, if you're in the workplace and you think somebody else is a better employee than you because they're more efficient, for example, which is what our reader said. Well, efficiency is one thing, but efficiency isn't going to get you very far when you don't have any emotional intelligence. And the thing that I think we get as we get older is we get more and more emotional intelligence, and we get more and more perceptive and a greater understanding and a greater ability to see all the moving parts and not just focus on the minutiae. So don't believe that narrative that's always going on in your head. Some of the other things you can do are to actually visualize yourself being confident. Visualize yourself in a scenario where you are excelling. Now, a few years ago, I would have thought this was complete mumbo jumbo, but I have found that it is actually very powerful, and I've learned that professional athletes do it all the time. They visualize themselves standing on the podium with the medal around their neck. And it goes back to that sort of positive self-talk, doesn't it? That you can also actually visualize yourself in a particular scenario, you know, succeeding, winning, whatever. And that can give you a real boost. Affirmations as well, the positive self-talk, actually deciding what it is, you know, so that you tell yourself that you are confident. And believe it or not, we can rewire our thought processes in our head. We can rewire old patterns. We can deal with issues that maybe from our childhood that come up and hurt us now. We can reprogram the way that everything connects in our heads. So have a go at that. Have a go at affirmations. I've found those very powerful as well. And make sure that they're in the future. So, you know, I am, well, not in the future, but I am this, or I am that, or I'm working on being that. Don't bother with, you know, the negative past stuff. Just, you know, try and look forward. And a couple of other things, if you're really lost and you've lost your mojo, try a bit of meditation. I'm not as disciplined with it as I'd like to be, but it is really good. Even just 5 minutes a day. Get the free Headspace app. Use that. They have 10 sessions for free. Just try it out. It's all about being present. Try and be present in the moment. And then everything else kind of loses its impact to hurt you. That's been my experience of it anyway, that you are able to take a bit more of a step back and evaluate things from a bit more objectively than perhaps you are when you're just, you know, your head's going into overdrive. And gratitude journal, I don't do that regularly either, but when I do it, I find it really powerful. Again, just literally saying, okay, well, I'm grateful I woke up this morning. Simple as that. I'm grateful I have 2 cats. I'm always grateful for my 2 cats because they're very loving. And they're very sweet, and I love them to bits. So I'm very grateful for my cats. I'm grateful for the sunshine sometimes in England when it's sunny. Just keep it simple, keep it basic, but it's a way, again, of reframing things in your head, so that those feelings of being lost, perhaps you can, again, try and get a little bit more distance between that feeling and yourself, so that you can feel a little bit more in control of what's going on. And then I always think, if you don't feel you've got much to look forward to, or if you don't feel you've got much to give, well, I think that's, you know, certainly the giving bit I've already covered. You know, we've got as much to give now as we've ever had, if not more. and we just get better and better as we get older. But try setting yourself a challenge. Now, this is going to sound like a really big challenge, and it was a massive challenge for me. Well, last year, my 50th year, I did my first half marathon. Go me! And I haven't brought my medal in to show you, but I am so proud of my medal. But I did my first 5K 10 years ago, right? I did 10K 2 years ago, so 1 year before the half marathon, and it nearly killed me. The 10K nearly killed me, seriously. It was not easy. I had to train very hard, and I struggled with it. But you know what? I did it. And the sense of achievement having done it was massive. And then I went on to do the half marathon. This year, I can't even run 5K. Seriously, I've struggled to run 5K. But last year I did the half marathon, and I'm just sticking with that. So try and set yourself a challenge. In September, I'm actually going to be doing a 25K walk in the UK Peak District, and it's a Mutton Club thing. And if you want to come along and join us, you can still do that. We're doing a walk, and then we're going to spend a night under canvas. We don't have to carry the tent with us, but we have to carry our sleeping bag with us. So we'll be. It's a Duke of Edinburgh thing. The Duke of Edinburgh scheme, for those that don't know it, is a scheme to motivate young people and inspire young people. And they do a bronze, a silver, a gold challenge. Well, this is the adult version. It's the adult kind of easy version. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm just praying it won't rain. I'm sure it won't rain. I've tried to, organise that it won't rain, but if it does, I'll get soggy. But that is something that I'm looking forward to. That is something that is going to really push me outside my comfort zone, is going to stretch me. But, make it a small challenge. Make it that, every week you'll walk 5 kilometres. Just go out for a walk. Force yourself to go out for a walk, get some fresh air. I don't know, don't eat chocolate for a week. I'm currently also doing abstinent August. That's my challenge as well for this. I'm not exactly, am I looking forward to that? Actually, I'm feeling quite good. I haven't had a drink now for a week. I'm not having any hot flushes, and I'm sleeping better. So, it's good things. So, but try setting yourself some sort of challenge. Make a cake. That would be a huge challenge for me, because I am the world's, in fact, I have never, my confession here, my son is 19. He has never had a home-baked birthday cake. How terrible is that? Ooh, I've said it in public now. That's terrible, isn't it? Oh, rewind. I can't possibly say that in public. Well, there you go. But it's not my skill. But I have lots of other skills. So he's very happy that he gets really nice shop-bought ones. And so there you go. Anyway, I have prattled on long enough. I hope there are some tips there that help. I always forget to say, please give me a like or a comment. Let me know where you're watching from at the beginning. I need to remember to say that. So if you've listened all this far, please give me a thumbs up or a heart across the screen, because it really cheers me up when I see those. And let me know where you're watching from, and tell me whether or not this is helpful. And if you've got a challenge that you think you might set yourself, let us know about it. Let's have a bit of accountability. Tell us about your challenge. And don't forget, if you are feeling lost in midlife, you are not alone. There are lots of us who have been there. Go back there. It's not something that, you fixed it and then you're going off. We have lulls and dips in our confidence throughout life. But join the flock, because the flock's fab and there's lots of lovely women in there. And that's about it, really. And if you found this helpful, please share it, and join up on the Mutton Club website. And thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.